So, Karl, I mean, fans of your work are maybe more used to seeing you recently on the big screen. So what was it that attracted you to Almost Human?
Oh, simple. It was the story, the characters, Joel Wyman, and of course J.J. Abrams.
It's set in the near future, so it's not set out in space 300 years from now or anything like that. It's set in the near future, and that I think will help keep it tangible. And at the same time, what we have are crimes set in the near future. So crime is different than it is now. And the way in which you solve those crimes is different than the way it is now. And if you want to get a glimpse into what it might be like, this is the show for you.
This is like more like NYPD Blue, where you get to tell stories that nobody's ever seen. Like, I can tell a murder story that may have the vitamins and minerals of a regular cop show that you might have seen before, but like in a way that'll blow your mind and how it gets solved or how it's being committed or something. But what's really at the core of it are these people. So, it's a cop show. These people are brave. They're coming every day to sort of protect us, coming to work, putting on their stuff, and they're kind of in this great, out-of-control world. And it's about their saga. It's about, their relationship.
I play a detective who is been in a coma for 2 years. He comes out of this coma to discover a world that's vastly different to the one that he knew. So not only is he trying to deal with trying to live in this world, trying to do his job, but he's also trying to deal with elements of his past. And he's a character that's in a lot of torment. He doesn't remember vast tracts of his life previous to coming out of that coma, and so he's really he's searching for himself. He's searching for that humanity, and he finds it in the most unlikely source, which is this android partner of his.
My character Dorian is the synthetic or the android in the show. He's been decommissioned and he's been brought back from the dead, so to speak, to basically help Detective John Kinnick's, played by Karl Urban, solve a case with this syndicate crime group. And Dorian is he's that guy who he's kind of the reflection of our humanity.
When reading it, if you're an actor, you got to realize, like, oh my God, I have to play a robot who's programmed to be a human, but it's really a robot. And it's like, think about that. To do your work, and like, how does he look at things? How does he? So he transcended it.
I've based Dorian on three particular characters from the past: Jason Bourne, Robert Patrick as the Terminator in Terminator 2, and Jeff Bridges in Starman. So that's kind of the basis for Dorian, and he is. It's a fine line. Every scene is a fine line, and it takes a lot of work to try and get it right.
And I know you're a guy who likes to sort of look at the big picture. So have you already planned out future seasons of Almost Human?
Yes, 5 seasons. I definitely have a story. You're right. I can't do things on a case by case. I have to look at the big picture. It's just the way my mind works. But I hope we're fortunate enough to keep telling the story, because we feel it's really fun to tell, and it's good here.
And are you as much of a technophobe as Kinnick? Are you as wary of technology?
I'm a little bit like that, I have to confess. I get pushed into technology by the people around me. I quite like leading a rather disconnected, simple kind of existence, personally. But that being said, once I got my new iPhone, like, was it 4 or 5 years ago now, now I can't imagine living without it. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I've heard rumblings about this. Will we see Fringe stars on Almost Human?
Yes, absolutely. I'm staying in close contact, and all I ever say is it has to be worthy. Like, you bring John back, it's got to be something wow, and I'll try and do it in a way that nobody expects, and I'm sure he'll be game for it because he's such a gent. But and Anna, and I'm going to try and get them all on, because I just miss them terribly, actually.